Hi everybody, it's Sean again. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I'm documenting the creation of a Star Wars board game. Today's episode, number 3, we're going to talk about the light side of the Force, or the two factions on the good side of the Force, which is the Rebel Alliance and the Old Republic. So that's basically what we're going to cover in this video. I also have a little clip I'm going to show you of what the battle board looks like, give you a demonstration of what that looks like. And again, if you like the videos, please hit the like button and subscribe. And please share if you have any friends, family members that are interested in board games or Star Wars. Please invite them to watch these videos. So here we go. So here's a close-up view of the Rebel Alliance reference chart showing all the different units and all the values that go with each of those game pieces. So these are all the Rebel Alliance game pieces here, and I have these stored in these little convenient like fisherman's tackle boxes here. So the first we're just going to go down the line here, the different pieces, and I'll show you them on the board here. So the first one is the transport. It doesn't have any combat abilities or defense. It just its abilities, it can move 2 spaces per turn, and it can carry up to 2 infantry or 1 infantry and 1 light assault vehicle, or it can also carry 1 heavy assault vehicle, which we're going to show here next. The infantry for the rebels, I have these little pieces here, the Hoth troopers, and I have some standard pieces. These are the Micro Machines pieces here. Those represent the infantry for the Rebel Alliance. So they defend at a rating of 2, so 2 or less on the dice is a hit, and normally they attack at a 1 when they're attacking. However, when they're teamed up with one of these guys here that attack at a 2, those are the speeder bikes, which represent light assault vehicles. Infantry will fight at a level 2 if they are teamed up with one of these vehicles. And these light assault vehicles, the speeder bikes, they also defend at a 2. And the next one on here are starfighter transports, which is represented by this Nebulon B frigate. They have no attack value, but they do defend at a 2. They're also capital warships, so they have 2 hit points, meaning to destroy them you have to get 2 hits on them. And the next one here is the light starfighter for the Rebel Alliance, which is represented here by a A-wing. So they are, I tried to match those up with the abilities of the submarines from Axis and Allies. So they only attack a 2, however they have like a sneak attack. So if they score a hit, the defender does not get to defend. So they are immediately taken off the board, unless they are attacking a capital ship. They have to damage them to get them to 2 hit points to take them off the board. They also defend here at a 2. The next one for the Rebel Alliance is an escort, or in the Axis and Allies would be a destroyer. That was represented by the Millennium Falcon here, which I know is a Corellian freighter. It attacks and defends at a 2, so it would go here and here. They are primarily, again, they're escort ships, so They only cost 6 units to produce. They're mainly a cheap way to protect starships. So they would be escorts for like your capital ships and transports. They also negate the sneak attack ability of the light starfighters. The next one is the Advanced Starfighter, which is represented by the Rebel Alliance by a B-Wing starfighter. They are, in Axis and Allies, would be the tactical bombers, so they attack and defend at a 3. They have 4 movements per turn. They do have to land in on a friendly planet or a carrier at the end of those 4 movements in their turn. They are tactical bombers, so they can also be used as to do bombing raids on a base or a starport. And that's the Advanced Starfighter. The standard starfighter for the Rebel Alliance is the X-Wing, represented here. They also attack at a 3, but they are the best defending units as far as the starfighters go, and they defend at a 4. Again, they move at 4 per turn. And the Heavy Assault Vehicle. So this would be like the tanks in Axis and Allies. For the Rebel Alliance is represented by snow speeders or air speeders. They attack and defend at a 3. And these are ground units, so they don't actually fly in space battles. They are strictly used in planetary combat, so ground combat. The next one is a cruiser, which is represented here by the get this right, Corellian Corvette. They attack and defend at a 3. It is a capital ship, which means that it can also be used for planetary bombardment, which is done during ground attacks. So they would be placed off to the side here, and they get 1 shot at the beginning before combat begins. And if they do score a hit, that unit is placed into the casualties over here on the side. The last of the starfighters is the Heavy Starfighter or bomber, and that's represented by the Y-Wing for the Rebel Alliance. That attacks at a level 4. It's the highest attacking starfighter. However, they only defend at a 1 because of their slow maneuverability. Just like in Axis and Allies, the heavy bombers also attack at a 1. They have more movement than their standard starfighter. They have 6 movements per turn. They do have to end that turn, though, on a carrier or a friendly planet. And the last of the starships here is going to be the Rebel Alliance battleship, was represented by the Mon Calamari cruiser. I have 2 versions of this piece here. This one here defends and attacks at a 4. It does have 2 hit points, and it can also participate in planetary bombardment during combat. And here are the Rebel heroes, which again can be recruited at the beginning of the turn by spending 5 credits per die roll, and then a roll of a 6 and be able to recruit one of these heroes for the rebellion. We're starting off with Luke Skywalker here. And all starfighters get a +1 attack bonus, and then Princess Leia in her Hoth gear. All ground units get a +1 defense bonus, including the ion cannons. Han Solo. All starships move up to 4 spaces per turn, so that's not including the starfighters. So basically, the escort ships, all the capital ships, and transports. Next would be Landau Calrissian. During collect income phase, roll a die for each of the control planets and collect that many extra credits. And Chewbacca. All ground units get a +1 attack bonus. So that's the infantry, the light and heavy assault vehicles. And then lastly, I like to put R2-D2 in here as one of the heroes, because he is kind of the hero in all the movies. So during combat defense round, return one of your starfighter casualty to the battle board. So when you're in combat with any of the starships, basically he's able to repair them. So per round, he's able to return one of those casualties back to the battle board. And that's it for all the heroes for the Rebel Alliance. And here are the game units for the Republic. And their ground transport is represented by this. Here, I don't recall the name of that ship. This is actually a Hot Wheels. It's not a Micro Machines. It's larger, so it's more modern. It's actually from the Han Solo movie. But I wanted each of the factions to have their unique game pieces. So this is the transport for the Republic. Their infantry, of course, is represented by a clone trooper. So these game pieces, again, these are from a Clone Wars board game. So they are also a little bit larger, but I like the definition on those. The light assault vehicle, I have 2 of those. I have these bark speeders here, and I also have these walkers, and I apologize, I don't remember what their official name is here, but you can see there is a clone trooper riding on top of it. I used 2 pieces, 2 different ones for those vehicles, just because of the number of pieces that I needed. And these are more modern. They're larger pieces, so I would again like to be able to get the 3D printer to print something similar to this, but make it a little bit smaller scale. So the transport, the vehicle I'm using for starfighters transports or carriers is this Republic cruiser. And I realize there may be another ship that was used in the Clone Wars to transport starfighters, but this was a piece that I was actually able to find 2 different models for, and the size is pretty accurate for the board, and I like the design. So that is the Republic's starfighter transport or carrier. The light starfighter is represented by this Micro Machines, which is a Jedi Starfighter. Apologize, I don't remember the exact model number. Again, this is very similar to the A-Wing. So it acts as kind of like the submarine again from the Axis and Allies game. So it's like a first strike starfighter. The escort ship, it was hard for me to find something that would fit as an escort, but I thought this was an appropriate one. I realize it's mostly a troop transport in the Clone Wars, but I used the Republic gunship. Again, this is a Micro Machines piece. It's a good size. I like the gunships. So those are the escort ships for the Republic. The Advanced Starfighter is another Jedi Starfighter. This one was flown in Revenge of the Sith by Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi, or at least this model. So that, again, this is technically a tactical bomber, so it can be used also as a bomber during the game, as well as regular combat. The standard starfighter, very similar to the X-Wing, again from the Revenge of the Sith. Don't remember the exact model of this one here, but again, this was in Revenge of the Sith. This represents the standard starfighter for the Republic. A heavy assault vehicle. This one was an easy one, although harder to find, is the Republic Walker. And I have two versions of this one. Again, these are a little bit larger than I would like. They're more modern. This is actually, I believe, a Hot Wheels model. I would like to find something a little bit smaller if I could get it to work in the 3D printer and reduce it a little bit, because it takes up a lot of space on the board. The cruisers, this one I'm still working on. I'm going to probably create something new, but this is actually one of the Star Destroyers for the Imperials, but I found these on eBay painted white. So as a substitute right now, I'm using these as the cruiser capital ship for the Republic. Eventually, I'm going to, when I get the 3D printer working, I'll probably have a actual Republic cruiser that I've been trying to print that I'll use to replace this piece here. The heavy starfighter, or the heavy bomber for the Republic, is represented by the V-wing here. Also seen in Revenge of the Sith briefly, I think at the end of the movie. I like this design. It is a Micro Machines, and thought that would be a good bomber for the Republic. And then the battleship or battle cruiser is going to be this one here. Again, this is also Hot Wheels. It's a die-cast metal. It is a little large, so I would like to, try to get something a little bit scaled down on that one. But it is a cool-looking piece. It just takes up a lot of space on the board. And those are all the pieces there for the Galactic Republic. So the following video is an example of what combat looks like on the battle board. So it's going to be the Rebel Alliance attacking the planet of Dathomir, which is controlled by the CIS or Separatists. So we're placing all the attack units on the board. So there is a B-wing, an X-wing. The cruiser at the bottom of the board there is there for the planetary bombardment. So it's just going to get one shot and then it'll be removed from the battle board. And then we have one infantry and one speeder bike, which is the light assault vehicle. And they are attacking the defenders from the CIS, which are two battle droid units and one bomber, which only defends at a 1. So it's a pretty lopsided battle here. So the first roll is going to be for the cruiser here for the planetary bombardment, and it did not score a hit, so we're removing it from the battle board. And so we go in order from the lowest to highest. So we're going to do the 2 there on the 2 mark. So I need a 2 or less to score a hit. Did not get any hits, and now the 2 starfighters are attacking. And you got 1 hit, so we're going to move one of those chips there to the casualties. And now it is the defender's turn. So the bomber is going to roll first. And did not get a hit, and now the 2 infantry, the 2 battle droids. And there were no hits. So we remove the casualties, and we start with the attackers again. So again, we have the advantage here for the Rebel Alliance, so you're going to press forward. And we got a hit there. And then the 2 starfighters attacking. And we got the final hit there. So the bomber and the infantry moved to casualties. And then we're going to roll again for the defenders. And they were unsuccessful. And then the infantry. So that's the end of today's video. Next episode, we will feature the dark side of the Force, which are the 2 factions on the bad guys. So the Galactic Republic and the CIS, or the Separatists, or the Droid Army. So until next time, please remember to hit that like button, and please subscribe and share with your friends. And we'll see you in the next one.